Hello darlings, miscellaneous here, taking you on yet another visit to an offbeat, quirky and interesting tourist attraction. Today I've been to Norwich's Plantation Garden, which is certainly all three of those things. It's over 150 years old and is a haven of calm which sits inside a former chalk quarry. It's on the outskirts of central Norwich, just up from St John the Baptist Catholic Cathedral, so we'll be popping in there for a little while as well. Finally, I will take you to Dragon Hall, which dates back to 1430 and is one of Norwich's iconic buildings. As always, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notifications bell. Come and take a walk in my shoes, and I will see you in the video. The Plantation Garden is known to locals as Norwich's secret garden. Yes, I have read the famous book and seen both of the films. This is one of my secret special places. Well, maybe not so secret now. In front of us is Plantation House, which once went with the garden. And here I'm walking through the gate, which I described as a flurry of leaves. You pay via an honesty box, and they recommend that you pay £2 each. In summertime, I have seen plants for sale as well in this shed. This video was taken in February though. Incidentally, here's a sign of the times. You can pay by electronic transfer should you wish to. The Plantation Garden is 3 acres in size, English Heritage registered and Grade 2 listed. It is administered by the Plantation Garden Preservation Trust and maintained by volunteers. It's hidden away behind the Catholic Cathedral of St John the Baptist, and that's on the outskirts of central Norwich. Here we are walking up the bridge. There's Plantation House again. The layout is very lovely, with a perfectly manicured lawn, uniform flower beds, a wooden walkway, this bridge, a summer house, an Italianate terrace and a Gothic fountain. It was created over a period of 40 years following 1856, after successful Norwich upholsterer, cabinet maker and Baptist minister Henry Trevor, who lived from 1819 to 1897, acquired a disused chalk quarry. He built Plantation House and set about creating what is now known as one of the finest surviving Victorian gardens in England. Following his death, the house changed hands several times, including, lately, being one of the buildings that made up the Beeches Hotel. After the Second World War, the garden was virtually abandoned until 1980, when restoration began. It is still considered to be a work in progress. It's a really tranquil place. Sitting on one of the benches, it's hard to imagine that you're not far away from a busy road. Here we have the medieval style wall, which is a mosaic of brick and tile. It contains faces, shapes and symbols, and it fascinated me. That's a bird bath there. I did at first think it was the sundial, but I couldn't see any evidence of an arm, so bird bath it is. The majority of the building of the garden took place between 1857 and the 1870s. Now is probably not the best time of year to visit the Plantation Garden. I have got some sunny day pictures taken from when I visited 1 May, so you will get to see some flowers via them. I do actually like the colours though, all those different shades of green and brown coming together. They have been maintained with love. Here you can see a clocher covering some of the plants, no doubt aiding in their growth. Dean decided to sit this one out. Behind the corner he sat in is a set of stairs that once led up to the Plantation House. Here's the sunny day photographs as promised. This one's taken from the bridge, as is this, and it's some kind of palm tree. The Gothic fountain is made from moulded brick and flint. It dates from 1857. It does have fish in it. I have been told that you can catch sight of passing frogs here. Alas, I did not see any. The gardens have been described as a rich man's folly or a tycoon's folly. Incidentally, if it's follies you're after, you might also be interested in visiting Painshill Park in Surrey. That contains quite a few large follies, the brainchild of Charles Hamilton. These little towers once contained ferns. And behind them is a 14th century window, taken from the Church of St Giles. Behind that is a Gothic alcove. There we are, walking past the church window. I do find that the whole garden has a real sense of melancholy about it. I mean, even when it's sunny, the Italianate garden seems to be half in shadow. Maybe that gives the place a whole air of misery. I'm not quite sure. Tell me what you think. We're coming up to the alcove now, and I would love to know about the personal history of some of the characters who lived here. Maybe their spirits live on and their ghosts shape the atmosphere in some way. Did someone get their heart broken on the stairs of one of the sloping walkways of the terrace? Or was someone murdered in a blaze of bloodshed down here on the lawn? Or am I just being very fanciful and a touch daft in the head? It's amazing what an overactive imagination can do. Here I'm walking up one of the walkways that's hard to make out when it's overgrown with trees in summer. What I'd like to do is video these gardens when it's in full spring, in full summer, and again in autumn. Here we have a few snowdrops peeping up. I'm taking a histrionic pause. Here we have covered trees. Look, they're covered with old sacks. They do remind me of dead bodies sticking up, I have to say. You really should take a visit here. The attention to detail is immense. The Superdean and I were pretty much alone. There weren't many people around on this day. Panorama view. Here you can get some idea of the different levels to the garden. This is the summer house, and I have to say it does look like it needs a little bit of TLC. As I mentioned, the gardens are a work in progress. Maybe it's the summer house's turn next. Look at that, isn't it fantastic? I think if I lived in Norwich, you wouldn't be able to get me out of here. I wish this was my garden.
If you are going to come here, sensible shoes are a good idea. Do you know this is possibly a better view in winter than in summer? I doubt you can see through the leaves in summer. Full view of Plantation House again. I have to say the Beaches Hotel complex did get mixed reviews. You might want to check out my blog, as I will always be about the written word more than I'm about the spoken word. There is a Plantation Garden post on there. The fountain from high above. Here you'll see some squirrels running around. Yep, there goes one. I picked my way down here very carefully. Now we come to more covered trees, and they do look like a family of dead people. It brings to mind the Blair Witch Project, or maybe even the Wicker Man. Don't forget to hit subscribe, don't forget to hit like, And don't forget to click on that notifications bell. You'll be helping me out a lot if you do. Little love seat here, cordoned off. Some work's being done here. Back round to the wonderful medieval wall again. That more or less concludes my visit to the Plantation Garden. My sunny day photographs as promised. We left under the bridge. We've got a map of the gardens there, and here's Super Dean putting some money into the honesty box. This is very much a working garden. There are sheds and greenhouses here. These beautiful red flowers. The gate once again. Now this is the Earlham Hotel. That was once part of the Beaches Hotel complex too. Plantation House, also part of the Beaches Hotel complex. Reviews were varied. Here we're walking out onto Earlham Road. The Catholic Cathedral of St John the Baptist is just coming into view. It's the younger of the two cathedrals in Norwich. The other one is Norman. This one was constructed between 1882 and 1910. The tower is 38 metres, that's 125 feet high. You can take tours up there via spiral steps. I believe there are 230 steps. The tours don't run that often though, I think only once or twice a month during peak season. Apparently though, they do offer panoramic 360-degree views around Norwich. Here we are walking past the car park. Beyond that is the narthex where you can go in and have a cup of tea should you want to. And here is the great glass door. Look at it, isn't this magnificent? This is very much a working cathedral. That door there is the door to the spiral stairs that takes you up to the balcony, that takes you up to the tower. Look at the magnificent architecture. I kept very quiet when I was in here. You know, you have to be a little bit wary, is wary the right word, of people who are spending some quiet time in reflection, praying, or simply tourists who want to walk around without having a racket in their ears, basically. the transepts, and here we have the Virgin Mary and Jesus Christ. The high altar. Magnificent stained glass windows. Back down the nave. Here I'm crossing over to the central aisle. I'll show you a picture I took some years back. It looks like a ghostly priest is haunting the doorway. Here we are going back towards the Great North Door though, and more beautiful stained glass over the balcony. There he is, my ghostly priest friend. Can you make him out? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'll finish this with Dragon Hall, which dates back to 1430 and is one of Norwich's iconic buildings. It's now the National Centre for Writing. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Come and join me again soon on another miscellaneous adventure.
Thank you for watching. Remember, don't forget to click like, don't forget to hit subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notifications bell. I will see you next time.